Police. Bro, police.
Wait.
I paid my child. He didn't pay my child when I get there. And you still protected me. And you're telling me to call? You are mad.
Wait. Hey.
Because I look like a slave.
Goodness.
So you came to buy me. You investigated about my life. You dated this person.
Against breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, a Russian national is at the center of a rising storm in Ghana, where his actions have actually sparked, public outrage. His controversial behavior documented online has spread like wildfire, igniting debate over cultural differences, dignity, and of course respect. Authorities are now under pressure as calls for accountability intensify. What does this actually mean for the reputation of Ghana and its international standing? Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we actually dive into the unfolding events surrounding this particular shocking event. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what? A Russian man identified as Yaseslav has caused a massive stir in Ghana after his actions with local women went viral. He arrived in Accra, that is the capital city for my country, Ghana, and immediately attracted attention with his controversial approach to relationships. Without any delays, ladies and gentlemen, he engaged specifically with women across the city, reportedly forming intimate connections with over 100 individuals within days. Yaseslav, or the Russian the national's actions have actually sparked a widespread debate within the Ghanaian community, raising questions about the country's values and of course the impact of such behavior on its image. Ghana, a country known for its strong cultural ties and respect for its traditions, now faces public scrutiny. His behavior quickly went viral, ladies and gentlemen, circulated on social media platforms like TikTok, YouTube, etc., with videos showing him approaching random women and of course swiftly bringing them to his hotel.
Trending Russian guy, aka our ladies.
You look like one of my friends. That's why I rushed the car.
You look very good.
Yeah, thank you. What's your name?
Vyacheslav.
Oh, no.
I'm from Russia.
You're from Russia?
Yes.
You look like one of my friends. That's why I rushed. I was calling by this name.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, I'm Sarah.
How old are you?
Oh,
How old are you?
50.
Hey, can I see you in the evening?
Okay, sure. Where do you stay?
I stay around 5 minutes walk away.
Oh, okay, you stay at an apartment?
Yes. On the right.
So I will get your number.
Text me on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I have Russian number.
It's class.
Yes.
Classroom. And I'm Sarah, so I should text you on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yes.
I'll text you on WhatsApp, so in the evening we meet.
Huh?
I'll text you in the evening.
Yes, okay.
Bye-bye.
This particular incident, ladies and gentlemen, has actually caught the attention of many Ghanaians, with some expressing outrage over the apparent disrespect for local women, whilst others questioned why this man, a foreigner, could actually engage in such behavior without repercussions or results. Now the question is very simple: why is this important for Ghana? Historically, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana has been a beacon of Pan-Africanism, proudly standing as an example for independence and of course resilience for the African continent. With such a high-profile incident, it raises crucial questions about how foreign influence is actually being handled, especially when it comes to respecting cultural boundaries and of course social expectations. In this complex landscape, ladies and gentlemen, where respect for women is central to social norms, this event, ladies and gentlemen, could actually have wider implications. What message does this actually send to the world about Ghana's ability to safeguard or protect its values whilst navigating the pressures of globalization? Ladies and gentlemen, before we actually dive deeper, remember this particular platform is actually meant for you and I to share analytical development about Africa. So make sure that you're going to engage by liking, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that we can actually stay connected always. Now, the Russian national's actions did not actually go unnoticed, ladies and gentlemen, as videos of his interactions were spread. Authorities and of course citizens alike began questioning the ethics of what happened or transpired, whilst the details are unsettling. It is crucial to understand the context of the situation, Ghana, known for its vibrant culture and strong sense of community, faces a moment of reflection. How did this foreign man gain such influence in a country where respect and honor are central to social life? Ghana has long stood as a symbol of Pan-African unity and, of course, independence. The country's rich history of resistance against the colonial powers has earned it a respected place in Africa's narrative or story. But this incident, ladies and gentlemen, brings into focus the clash between modernity and traditional values. Ghanaian women who hold strong cultural are now grappling with the reality of a foreigner exploiting their social dynamics for personal gain. A key development in this story, ladies and gentlemen, is the online trend of women participating in these encounters. The Russia's nationals, ladies and gentlemen, videos not only went viral, but they also prompted other women to reflect on their dignity, as many expressed concern over how easy it appeared for him to engage with them without a genuine connection. Whilst the media frenzy continues, ladies and gentlemen, to build, it is essential to remember that each of the countries involved in this event, ladies and gentlemen, including Russia, Ghana, and others in the region, must handle these kinds of issues with the utmost sensitivity. How do nations balance their cultural values against the reality of a globalized world? The controversy surrounding the Russia's national action transcends just Ghana. His actions, ladies and gentlemen, raise pressing questions for the broader African continent and how it navigates the intersection of global tourism, international relations, and of course cultural integrity. Ghana, a central figure in Pan-African movement, is now at the center of a global conversation about how foreign nationals engage with African societies. Now, the question is very simple. What does this actually mean for future interactions between foreigners and of course locals? These particular incidents, ladies and gentlemen, highlight an important challenge: the balance between global exposure and of course cultural preservation in many African countries or states, including Ghana. The history of colonization has shaped a deep seated pride in culture, history, and of course identity. The actions of a foreigner who disregard or disrespect these values are seen as a direct threat to the culture fabric that binds or connects the nation together. Additionally, as social media becomes an increasingly influential tool, these incidents can actually have far-reaching consequences. The viral spread of the Russians nationals videos raises concerns about the global image of African states or countries and how they actually portrayed or shown to the world. Now the question is very simple: what responsibility do African nations or countries have to protect their citizens, especially women, from being exploited in such ways? At a continental level, ladies and gentlemen, this incident sparks a wider conversation about the standards of behavior expected from tourists and of course foreign nationals visiting African states or countries. As countries across Africa continue to attract international visitors, the need for clear guidelines and of course regulations regarding the treatment of locals is more pressing than ever, ladies and gentlemen. As the situation develops, ladies and gentlemen, it is clear that the fallout from senseless actions is far from over. Ladies and gentlemen, authorities in Ghana are under intense pressure to respond, and of course the international community is watching closely. The arrest of the Russian man in Tokyo was just the beginning, and of course the reverberation of this scandal are felt across the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, what is actually clear is that the actions of this individual have actually prompted a deeper conversation about how African nations or countries protect their cultural heritage, their women, and of course their dignity in the face of foreign influence. In the age of global social media, ladies and gentlemen, where content spreads rapidly, countries must have a stronger safeguards or what we call guidelines in place to prevent exploitation. For the continent, this is a moment to reflect on the importance of cultural integrity, leadership, and of course unity. As Africans, it is essential that we continue to uphold or support and protect our values, especially when dealing with global interactions, ladies and gentlemen. Is actually a painful reminder of the need for awareness and respect for our traditions in the face of outside influences. Now here is the final thought. Whilst this event has caused great concern, it is not an isolated incident, ladies and gentlemen. As African nations continue to rise on the global stage, it is essential to ensure that our cultures, values, and of course dignity are always protected. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for spending your precious time to watch this video step by step. Don't forget to actually educate others who are much more important like you by sharing this video with them. See you in the next update. So don't forget to actually subscribe. That one is actually going to give us the fuel to continue giving you more analytical development about the continent of Africa and beyond the borders of Africa. See you next time.